Hi, I'm Katie, and today we are making roasted butternut squash with smoked paprika and turmeric. This is a super easy recipe and only has a few ingredients in it. Let's start off by cutting up our butternut squash. We are going to first chop off the ends of the squash. And then I like to take off this big bulb end off first and set that aside. And then I like to use my peeler to peel it. It's much easier to hold this way. It gets a little slippery, so if it's in smaller pieces, it's a little bit easier to deal with. So now I'm gonna just cut this part in half and remove the seeds. The seeds from a butternut squash are actually edible, just like a pumpkin. So if you want to, you can set these aside and roast them just like you would for pumpkin seeds. So I'm gonna cut this end first, and I'm aiming for cubes, and so I'm just gonna cut the two ends off first, and then I'll cut this center section separately. And then this side, you can just cut into slabs first. And that literally is the hardest part of this recipe, and that wasn't too hard. So now I'm just gonna transfer this squash into a bowl, and I'm gonna add my seasonings. So I have 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika, a half teaspoon of turmeric, 3/4 teaspoon salt, and a half teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm just gonna toss that together. Now I'm just gonna spread this out on a baking sheet. And I'm just gonna pop it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, so these have been in for about 35 minutes, and I'm just gonna check to see if they're done. The fork goes in nicely, so I can tell that they're tender. I'm just gonna transfer these into a serving dish. And I'm just gonna chop a little fresh parsley. Let's give it a taste. I love the taste of the smoky paprika with a little bit of garlic and the turmeric. It's got a lot of flavor, and it was so easy to make. Let me know if you make this recipe, leave me a rating and review, and don't forget to follow. Thanks so much for watching.